Plasma Entertainment presents.
And maybe you already thought that this would be a blindfold. And I want to ask you all to get yourself blindfolded and don't cheat. That would be a shame. So you have to fold it a little bit because otherwise you can see through it. And just blindfold yourself so really that you can't see anymore. You also have this. Because I also want you to get nose folded. I don't know how it's called. And actually these were too small, but I just found it out like 10 minutes before we started. So they're a bit adjusted, or maybe I just have a really big nose. But they don't fit if you put this, so you have to put it underneath.
I make you sound very American.
So get yourself nose folded and blindfolded, and before, so if you do that, we get you a ball in front of you, and then you don't smell what you have in front of you. That you associate with when you talk. It's really about just use your senses, use your touch sense. Is it cold? Is it warm? Is there something in this scent that is similar to anything you've smelled before? The story that need to be very strange and very out of the ordinary. You know, you can make it very strange, but you have to write it down very convincingly, as if it was really true.
This is a story about Panelo cheese. He was so lonely because the other cheese doesn't want to be their friends. So we imagine that Panelo cheese like an iceberg. And then there were clouds made of another kind of cheese, and the stars are blue cheese, and the moon are greener cheese, okay?
They won't say, go away, and the clouds say, your acid food make us fly, and the stars from blue cheese, and they say, you're sweaty, you! And he decided to change, so he was so sad that he told Dave that if you combine those with more ingredients, the Panelo cheese, it will be very spectacular.
And you have to try with our ingredients to be one spectacular flavor.
Great.
Well, as a child I always loved food, but I think many children like food, and I'm not a really particularly good chef, and my parents are not very good chefs, so I don't come from a culinary family. But when I was studying to become a product designer, every day I would go to the workshops, and every designer tries to find his or her perfect material. So I went to try things with ceramics and things with wood and with plastic and glass. And but every day after my work at school I came home, and then I was in my kitchen. And then I thought, well, you know, my kitchen tools are workshop tools. The kitchen is a workshop. And when I opened my cupboards, I saw all my ingredients, and these are materials. So when I was studying design, that was the first time when I really thought, you know, food can be a material for design, and that was something that didn't exist yet. So designers never worked with food before. Yeah, I don't have any negative emotions with Mexico. And no, I was actually really happy that I got the chance again to come to Mexico, because, as you said, my last visit was food-wise. It was nice, but food-wise and culturally, it was a bit disappointing. And now I got the chance to go with Chef Gustavo to the market, and so I got to taste lots of things. And also now he's preparing some insects and other things. From
chapulines, stuff like that, probably. Right?
Yeah, and
like grill.
Well, I think I think it's scary, but I also think I should try it. I'm really happy that I get the chance, because I learned so many things, and I think you know, it's an ancient culture, and I think the food. Well, I would love to know more about it, because I feel that I didn't really experience that much yet.
Right.
But I am really curious about it, because I think it is really deeply rooted in the earth, in that matter, because it's a very ancient culture, the food culture. And I think what is nice about, if you speak about culture, then I think food culture is the most non-elitist culture, and it's the most alive culture, because you recreate it every day.
Right.
And I think that's really beautiful about it. The other part is, and I really like the purple corn and stuff like that.
Right.
I really like these kind of basic kind of things.
Right.
But what did disturb me when I got here is that in the supermarkets I did see that there are so many packed things, and things that are labeled to be light products that have lots of sugar in them.
Yeah.
So in that sense I was a bit disturbed. That also in the streets you see a lot of people are being obese, and that I think is partly due to industrialization, to very tasty food, maybe, but maybe also to a food industry.
Right. And talking about that, actually, we have a very interesting question about the Mexican. Okay.
Okay, Mexican food is just more than typical dishes in the country, okay? And it's a reflection of a cultural and religious tradition, right? What do you think about Mexican food being declared heritage patrimony in the world?
I think, I would love to know more about also what you said, it has magic in it, and I would love to know more about the religious aspects of it, because I think food rituals are so important and are so beautiful. So yes, definitely I would think that it should be in the UNESCO heritage list.